Welcome back to Dirty Drew's Kitchen. Oh yeah! Look what we got here. It's opening day fishing season 2015, so we're going to do this whole fishing theme. No, there's no ocean or lake or pond in my kitchen, but what we're doing today is crab cakes tend to get expensive. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut the crab cakes, crab meat, we're going to cut it with a little pink salmon. It's all pink on the inside, by the way. Okay? I'm going to give you a basic recipe on everything else you need when I come back, and wait to see the drink we're doing today. It's called a shark bite. Props, booze. It's made with rum. I'm sure everybody's had it at a beach bar, beach club, nightclub. Everybody has had the shark bite drink before. You pay a lot of money for it, but I'm going to show you the right way to do it, where it doesn't cost a lot of money. I'm going to show you the right way to do fish cakes. It's just salmon and crab. Crab cakes are pricey. We're going to make a remoulade topping with that. Remoulade is basically just relish and mayonnaise. I didn't buy the relish. You can use capers. I didn't buy the capers. We're going to use some cayenne pepper in there, okay? Cayenne pepper with mayonnaise, and I've always liked to cut it with a little bit of sour cream, makes it a little more creamier. And that in your crab cakes, not that. We're going to fine chop an onion. We're going to mince a piece of garlic. Eggs. Eggs is what's going to hold it all together. Excuse me, I'm burping. Along with breadcrumbs. But as I've always said, we try to cook healthy here at Dirty Drew's Kitchen, because, you know, Dirty Drew got a little, you know. So anytime you're cooking with breadcrumbs, you can always substitute it for oats. Oats is the best substitution for breadcrumbs, and it's the lesser of two evils. It's an evil on a healthy side. So this will soak up stuff just like breadcrumbs will. I always use this instead of breadcrumbs. It's better for you. Okay? And eggs, another binder to hold it together. So when we come back, we're going to get started on this. Happy opening day to all my fishing motherfucker friends, 2015. We'll see you back shortly. One thing I didn't want to forget, we do on every show. Can you see that, Rich, the camera bitch? All right. For our language. And here's a disclaimer. You know, the first song you heard, Crosby, Stills and Nash, belongs to them. This is Billy Joel. This belongs to him. You might hear some Iron Maiden, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. You know, you probably hear some Jimmy Buffett stuff, but that all belongs to them. I also want to throw a plug in, which I didn't do on the last show, of my cookbook, Make Her Love You More, guaranteed to get you laid. And when I say laid, I mean like this. Okay? Back at Dirty Drew's Kitchen. When you're cooking, you want to try to make everything ready at the same time, like an expediter would do in a real restaurant. What's going to take the longest to do? The longest it's going to take is probably the sweet potatoes to cook. So what I did was, you didn't need to see it, but I all the skin's off. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to take the fattest part. Don't look at my stomach when I say fattest part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Let's just do 6 for now. 1/4 of an inch thick. We're going to go in here in this pan on very low. There's some olive oil in there. Okay? So that's on nice and low. Low to medium. And that's what's going to cook. So that takes the longest. That's why we threw it in there. It takes the longest to cook. Alright? Get rid of this thing over here. And put the leftover sweet potatoes in your refrigerator, because you can use them again another time. We all love sweet potatoes. It's a good carb. You don't need this anymore. Sweet potatoes are going to start to fry slowly. 10 minutes on each side. Flip them over with your trusty spatula. When I have boil in the back, I had some water getting ready to boil. I made dinner the other night for a fine young lady. Hell of an ass. And I have some leftover raw asparagus, trim the ends off. We all do that. Put those in the water. Don't overdo them. You know, they should be a solid green. If they get lime green, you overdid them. You got mush. You got baby shit. So keep an eye on those more than anything else. All right. So that's good. The next thing that's going to take a while is, you think that the Remoulade, a la Dirty Drew Remoulade, mayonnaise, I always like to put a little sour cream in there and keep it hot with cayenne pepper. This should be the shortest thing, but the cayenne pepper is going to take a while to you know, soak itself into this, you know, to make it taste good. So you want to get this going because this is going right back in the refrigerator. Your whip here, you want 2/3 mayonnaise, 1/3 sour cream, and then this. Ooh. All right, come. I'm going to show you what I did to this. That does not go in the fridge. Let me have another drink and try that again. Fucker. Cayenne pepper does not go in the fridge. It actually doesn't go into the... See this? Can you see that? Rich camera bitch, we're good? I'm just going to whip it up a little bit. Okay? A little bit of whip like this. I think you can see. Now, the longer you let that sit, the more the cayenne pepper is going to intensify in there. So we want to throw that back in there. Let it sit in the fridge, it's all good. You see that your sweet potatoes are starting to make some noise? You want your sweet potatoes to make some noise. Next thing we're going to do is, the last thing, which takes the shortest amount of time, we're going to put together our fish cake. I'm calling it fish cake because it's more than one. You know, it's half crab cake, half salmon cake. But I need to go drink this. I'm probably going to end up taking a piss. And then we're going to get that going and we'll be right back. Fucking fishermen motherfuckers. Welcome back. The moment we've all been waiting for, besides eating. We're going to put together the fish cakes. Bowl. Crab meat. There it goes. Right in there. Get rid of the bowl. You hear sizzling in the background? We're a few minutes away from flipping over those silver dollar sweet potatoes. You're also keeping an eye on, remember I told you, keep an eye on your, it's not quite that hot yet, keep an eye on your asparagus so you don't overdo it. Salmon. Cuts down your cost because, you know, we're not Rockefellers in here. Alright, so we got salmon, crab. We diced up the onions earlier. It can be in the recipe if you want. It's about a half of a full onion. You're going to take the rest and save it for breakfast. Onions are good for you. Don't forget, now I open the fridge and I see our Dirty Drew style homemade remoulade in here. We're going to put a dollop of that over the top later. That's always good. Garlic. You can never have too much. Boom. A whole bunch. I don't even want to waste a little tiny piece of garlic, so they're going back in here. Cayenne pepper I mentioned. We do everything hot. We like our girls hot, we like our food hot. You know, I think instead of using this little shaker thing, I'm going to take the top off. We're going to let it roll. You want a little kick. Crab cakes are, I keep saying crab cakes because that's what they are. This is, you know, poor man's crab cake. We mix a bunch of different fish in there. You could even put a can of tuna fish in there. Give it a little bit of crab, a little bit of salmon. Tuna cakes is actually the, you know, the poor man's version. It's also healthy. Here I go again. That's twice in one show. I tried to put the cayenne pepper in the refrigerator. Here's what it is. A little quick time out for me. All right. So, my 4 eggs. Why 4 eggs? When you're cooking with small cans, like tuna fish size cans, which is what the crab meat was in, you want 1 egg per can. Okay? I had 2 cans of crab meat, so I wanted 2 eggs. But the can of salmon was a king size can. It was a double size. So now you're at 4 cans. All right. Dump the shells. There you go. Check on all this stuff here. You know, this is not quite ready yet. A few more minutes. You want like almost 10 minutes on each side. Remember earlier I mentioned to you about breadcrumbs? I kind of think I'm a half a fat fuck with my gut. So I don't eat bread. It's all low carb. It's Dr. Atkins. Thank you for everything, Dr. Atkins. So instead of breadcrumbs, we use oats. Oats is what you need to thicken it up. I'm going to go with 1 cup, 2 cup. Okay? 2 cups. Have a little confidence when you're taking measurements. You know, you cup your hand, you know, unless you're like, you know, some big Shaquille O'Neal or Lurch from the Addams Family, you're going to have a 1 cup hand, not a 2 cup. Have a little confidence in yourself with that. All right, here's where we're at. We have all this stuff in here, and what we got to mix it together. You're going to need a little water to thin it out. So I'm going to take a little cold water, just in case you need to thin it out. You may not. It may be perfect. So, look at this, okay? You know what? I don't know, so you're just mixing it up. You know what? I honestly don't think I'm going to need any water at all. You want it, I mean, everybody makes meatballs. You want the consistency of meatballs or meatloaf. You want to make sure your garlic is very fine. You want to make sure your onions are small, okay? Now, with this, you mix it all up. Okay, the eggs, when the eggs cook, the eggs are going to be as a binder, okay? The oatmeal, the dried oats, they take a few minutes to start to bind. So, you know, rather than wash my hands, I'm going to give you a double bird and take a quick break. This mixture, just give it 10 or 15 minutes in the fridge to set up a little bit so that your dried oats can soak up the extra moisture, and then you're going to be able to form really nice fish cakes or patties or whatever you want to call it. Don't grill it. It's a pan thing. Summer's coming. We're only a month or 2 away, and we're going to do lots of grilled shit specials. You know what I mean? I'm going to be traveling out of state in a couple of 2 or 3 different states, and I'm going to be taking my tripod. I don't go anywhere without my tripod. The camera, I'm taking it all with me. If I got to grab somebody on the street, hey, you know, get the fuck over here, press play, and when I give you the middle finger, press stop. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and we're going to be back in just a minute. Fuckers. As promised, more seagoing, ocean, fish kind of songs. Iron Maiden, Rhyme the Ancient Mariner. Still drinking these shark bites. I'm going to show you real quick. This sat in the fridge for a while. Rich and I drank more. Rich the camera bitch and I drank more. You're just making, you know, you can make them as big as you want. When you go to a restaurant, whoa, that one flew out. Get back in here. You go to a restaurant, you're going to get really small ones because you're paying. Dirty Drew's Kitchen, you're not paying. I would make this, you know, again, you build your confidence as you're cooking, you know, when it comes to cutting sizes and measuring with your eyeball measuring, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, you know, a cup, a half a cup, a quarter cup. We're just making little patties right here, okay? This one, a little too thick. You see, now you got to watch what the onions do. The onions will spread you out a little bit. The onions will make it fall apart. That's why you got to keep your onions small. Dirty Drew left a couple of big onions in there, okay? There's a couple. Here's a couple more. You pack it in there. You push the air out of your cakes. Your patties, your cakes, same thing. Patty cake, patty cake. So bake the fish cake as fast as you can. Okay, so here's just a couple cakes to get started with. I'm going to show you real quick how I put them in the pan. Alright, make sure they're nice and flat. This pan is on warm. If you could see, I shut off the asparagus so I don't overcook it. I flipped over the silver dollar sweet potatoes so they don't overdo. Okay, there. That one's there. Okay. If you look it out the window, yes, it's late at night. So, here. Now, see, the onions, if you don't cut the onions small enough, I could have cut them a little bit smaller. They will separate your stuff. Alright. You got that on a medium heat. Don't fucking touch it until it's crispy brown or it will fall apart, spatula or not, all right? Dig it. All right, everything is cooking. The asparagus is just about done, I shut it off. The sweet potatoes, flip them after 10 minutes, 5 more minutes, they're done. These are on medium, our fish cakes, or fish patties, whatever you want to call them on medium. Now, what all you drinking motherfuckers been waiting for, the drink is called the Shark Bite. Everything is about fishing and ocean. You know, Iron Maiden is still on here, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This is what it's all about. So, what I did, while you guys are off doing your own thing, all I did ahead of time, I don't like to do too much ahead of time so I don't leave you lost. I put some ice in a couple glasses. We're going to turn the name of this so nobody sees that these are from Patty's in Squamish Beach. We shop at the same store. Alright, I'm going to make everything in a pitcher. Nice summertime pitcher, right? Nice summertime pitcher. We'll take care of that after. The Shark Bite drink. It calls for 2 different kinds of rums. You don't need 2 rums. You just need a whole fucking bottle of one. Doesn't matter. Okay? Next ingredient in the Shark Bite. Blue Curacao. Doesn't matter who makes it, it's all the same. Fuck it. I ain't got nothing going on tomorrow, so that's that whole bottle. Second to last, a good, you know, whiskey sour, whatever you want to call it. You know, we're gonna mix this up like this. All right. I use about a half a bottle. That's about a quart of whiskey sour mix. The final ingredient is going to be grenadine. No, we're not putting the grenadine in there yet. Why? You'll see why. Okay, we got all our stuff mixed in here. We got our ice and our drinks here. Do not miss this. Pay fucking close attention. This. What do we want to do? You know what? Yes. We're going to stir up the drink with this. Don't worry, I washed it. Alright, Shark stirred up what's in here. That's very strong, it's very good. Keeping an eye on your food, making sure nothing's burning. We're good. Now, I'll show you what this is supposed to look like blood. So what we're doing is, you know, one for me and one for Rich the Camera Bitch, because he works hard. Producer, director, cameraman, editor. You know, he does all that. So, you want to fill your drink up about 3/4 of the way. Don't let the shark bite you. Okay, watch. Here it comes. A couple little plastic sharks I stole from my son. Okay. I think I need to pour more booze in here. That's what I think. I don't think we got enough booze in here. So, we're going to do this again. We're going to pour more booze in here. Hold on to the shark. Alright. Pouring a little more booze in there like that on top of the shark. We're pouring a little more booze in here on the shark bite. What happens when a shark bites you? A lot of blood in the water. Zooming in, brother. A lot of blood in the water. Lots of blood in the water when a shark bites you. Can you see that? You see the blood in the water? Like when you watch Discovery Channel Shark Week? There it is. Alright, and there you have it. Shark bites. Dirty Drew. Always giving you a drink. Don't let your food burn. Drink it up. Be right back. Alright, so drinking that shark bite with the blood rolling down the shark. Now's the time what we're waiting for. No, not Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville. But we're going to plate up now. The plate up is something that I didn't emphasize on a lot in what we did before. I was too worried about, you know, plugging my, cookbook. Oh, oops, I did it again. But the DDK shout-outs, Dirty Juice Kid Nova, evidently, you know, nobody wants their name said on my show, or they didn't pay me for it, or they didn't bring me alcohol for it, so fuck yourselves. But we're going to put this together like I've been talking about all night long, and here it goes. This is how you want your crab cakes to look, okay? You can make them a little smaller, traditionally a little smaller. I call them crab cakes, they're fish cakes, okay? Nice and golden brown like this. You can make this with anything you want. If you go out to a restaurant, you're gonna get it with rice. And rice is okay, unless it's white rice, and it's bad for you. Now brown rice has arsenic in it. Who fucking knew? The silver dollar sweet potatoes, nice and soft, over the top, okay? This is where, you know, this is my little stink on what we're doing here. Nice and soft, okay? Here's the other side of it. Before, I said make sure you don't overdo these things, okay? We didn't overdo them. They don't look like that lime green baby shit. It's like broccoli. When you fuck with broccoli, if you overdo it, it's going to be lime green and you don't want it overdone. These things, the good thing about these things are, if you're trying to impress a girl and you're trying to get laid, I don't have to try. You just throw them on the dish. You throw them wherever you want. You can throw them anywhere. They look good anywhere, asparagus. Okay? Grand finale. You remember earlier, we made the Dirty Drew style remoulade. Okay? And here it is. The cayenne pepper has been sitting in the 2 parts mayonnaise, 1 part sour cream. Light sour cream, because, you know, that's why. You know? Shark Boy, what do you think? Is it ready? Shark says it's ready. Little Shark, he says it's ready. Is it ready? It's ready. So, we're going to use that fancy word called dollop. Yep, dollop. I don't know who made it up, but this is the dollop. And we got plenty of it. Okay? If I had plenty of it, you wouldn't hear me scraping the bottom of the bowl. Okay. Look at that. Rich, if you wouldn't mind zooming in on this, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to step out of the way so you can look at the food, because it's not all about me. Now before we go, and you see this, this will get you laid, motherfuckers. Don't question me. Like I said in my intro, don't question me. Which brings us to another end of Dirty Drew's Kitchen, episode 4, 5, 6. I don't know what it is because we're drinking. You know, we got our little shark buddies here. We got Rich the camera bitch. It's you know, fishing opening day. These are fish cakes, a little less expensive than straight up crab cakes. Or you can go straight tuna. Use cans of tuna fish on this. It won't cost you a dime, really. Tuna fish is 50, 75 cents a can. It don't cost you any money. This is what we did today. Look at the shark. Look at the fish. Show up at the next taping and you know, you can get something like this. Don't let me forget my trademark. Thanks, everybody.